Yep. May I inquire?
Yeah.
Detective Kimball, before we broke, we were discussing the Starbucks surveillance footage. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And as the case officer on this particular investigation, have you had an opportunity to review that surveillance footage?
Yes, I have.
Judge, this is 80. I'm going to move it into evidence formally in front of the jury.
Thank you.
And I have no objection to that, what we're now showing.
Thank you. States 80, a full exhibit.
And Your Honor, for the record, States 80 contains 3 separate clips, and we're just going to play those in order. We're now going to play clip 2, Judge. And we're playing clip 3 now. That concludes the third clip, Judge. Detective Kimball, you had a chance to review that surveillance footage before, correct?
Correct.
And that Starbucks is located in West Hartford?
Yes, on Albany Avenue.
In order to get to the area where Mr. Dulos was observed dumping trash, would you have to drive past that Starbucks?
Yes, you would.
Assuming you were coming from 4 Jefferson Crossing?
Yes, you would travel east past it, and then you would go out to where he was dumping trash.
You were asked questions on cross-examination about the divorce proceedings between Fotis Dulos and Jennifer Dulos. Do you recall those questions?
Yes.
Did the defendant, during the course of the second interview, describe her feelings about the Dulos divorce proceedings?
Yes.
What did she say about that?
She described them as being a nightmare for her.
Did she indicate that it had been 2 years of torture?
Yes.
The defendant told you during the interview that Mr. Dulos did not tell her what to write in her timeline. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Now, we've seen Mr. Dulos' timeline, or at least the timeline that the defendant identified as Mr. Dulos' timeline, State 75. Was the Hartford trash dumping in his timeline?
It was not, no.
During the course of the first interview, the defendant used the words car wash. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Could you describe to the jury the context in which the defendant used the word car wash?
Myself and Detective Clabby were talking about if someone were to have committed a crime down in New Canaan, where they would go to clean up. And we were referring to 61 Sturbridge Hill to find out whether there was water at that house that was under construction. And that is when the defendant brought up, she first said, a car? And then she said, car wash.
During the June 2nd or June 6th interviews, did the defendant ever indicate to you that she had traveled in tandem with Mr. Dulos to a car wash on May 29th?
No, she did not.
If I could just have a moment, Judge.
Yes.